Hello, Renee Flamont here. You guys, I had to recover from the last video I taped. I had to take an hour because it was Fridays and I was crying so hard about that teenager in Georgia and the whole idea of the whole thing. But it was tough. It's taken me a minute to jump into filming this one. Anyway, you guys, as time passes, many things in life, and I'm sure we all agree, they often start to not carry the weight they did when they were happening. Good things, bad things, we minimize as we go forward. And that's okay. It seems some sort of built-in mechanism which helps with self-preservation with regarding the bad. I mean, maybe it is a built-in thing. Like if someone passes, for example, on in your life that you love, a common thing said is you'll feel better in time. Time heals all wounds. If you get stopped and you get a ticket, right, a speeding ticket, your day is ruined. But it's a funny story, maybe, in a year. Having an accident, God forbid, right? Could also be funny in a year. If no one got hurt, many of mine are very funny now because time has passed. Really fast, my first accident, I was 16 going home for lunch. My high school boyfriend was in the passenger seat. This is 20 seconds or less. And I hit the car. I froze. He goes, put on the brake, put on the brake. And I slammed the pedal that should have been the brake, but it was the gas, and I was still in drive, and I hit her again. Twice, same accident. It all was downhill from there. I hit 17 things by the time I was 17. I'm not smiling because I'm proud. I'm just a bad driver. I've gotten better, but some people can't dance, some people can't ski. I just can't. Whatever. I taught my daughter to drive. She's an excellent driver. And her father's like, why are you so good? She goes, Daddy, Mommy knows how to drive. She's just not good at it. She can tell you how. Anyway, hilarious. I digressed. My point was, funny, time passed. But my first accident, I hit the car twice. I had to call my mother, who was working in insurance at Metropolitan. Mommy, awful day. Funny now. You know, when you break up with someone, we tell each other that we'll feel better with time. That's another one. All of this works, and I believe the passage of time certainly does offer us relief with bad things that can happen. When it comes to the narcissist, I don't want to forget one lousy detail. Not one. And I know every single one of you right now is going, I do? What do you mean, Mama? Come on, we want to forget. I don't. I really don't. The lessons interwoven with this last narcissist are so life-changing that I want to never forget them. Slack on them, get lazy with them. The only way to do that is to keep the memory intact about what happened. As time has gone by, he's just gotten uglier to me. I'm not going to allow it to be lessened, have the bad lessened, and he starts to look good again. No, I remember everything, and he's gotten uglier to me as I've come to all of the realizations that I've shared with you. The more I learn and realize and figure out, I'm like, oh my God, he's just gross. So I don't want to forget that. And you know, I say this because the age-old story of how time passing often makes your ex start to look good again. We forget why we broke up. People rekindle all the time because they forgot the bad or filed it away, or maybe worked through it. That's possible too. There are plenty who just forget. Who convince themselves it wasn't that bad, who start to sell themselves on reasons the bad could have happened. You know what? No. I'm standing firm. I remember how it felt the first time you were on a dating site right in front of me, sitting next to me, on your phone. I don't want to forget that and minimize that and think that's not a big deal. It wouldn't really be a big deal if we hadn't, if you're sitting next to someone and you're seeing them and you haven't discussed being exclusive, okay? He has bad manners to take out his phone and do that in front of you, but technically no one's doing anything wrong. When you profess to someone that you're in a relationship, and no, I wasn't married to him, but that's a betrayal. Like, that's not, okay? So I remember where I was, how I found out. I was like, and you basically showed me because it was triangulation 101. I don't know, these people are messaging me. The lame excuses, the insincere look on his face, I never want to forget that. The tone and the voice of being aloof, the lies he dished out about how his friend did this account, and what? Oh, he's doing that right now. Yeah. Oh, I said with your password and your phone, through your phone, like he has it cloned. Actually tried to sell that his friend was the one on the line. I mean, my God. I want to remember all of that. Ripe in my brain. So that look how triggered I get. If I ever encounter that again, I'm going to go, absolutely not. Goodbye, Charlie. Like, no way. And I don't want to minimize it and say, oh, well, it was in the beginning and it was only 2 months. No, he had said the I love yous. No. And I don't want to forget any of it. And, I want to remember every last ounce of material that I gathered, lest I ever begin to start to think of him as a good guy. And that's the thing that keeps us there, right? They give off this thing that they're a good guy. They love bomb you. They mirror what they've found out that you wanted. They become that. Now you're entangled. Then they hurt you. And then you're supposed to forget about that. And you do. You bury infraction after infraction after, essentially forgetting them all. Putting them out of your mind. I want them right here. Forever. I don't want to forget. I don't want to start thinking of him as a good guy and start remembering only the 5% guy. Pardon me, only the 5% guy. I don't want to do that. I want to remember that guy, the real guy, when the mask came off. I recall how I crumbled at the realization that you did, in fact, go to Boca and hang with someone else and then lie about it. And tell me I was crazy for thinking it and carrying it out for weeks and weeks and weeks. I don't want to forget that and turn that into, oh, he told me the next day. No. With me torturing him, interrogation constantly, because I knew. I'm outlining a video right now that is about when you know and then it's a lie, but you know it and they're lying. That is nothing like that feeling. It's probably going to be in a week or two. I was outlining it today. So I just wanted to mention that when you think of all of the things that you can't stand about your narcissist, don't let them lessen in your mind. Don't let them dissipate into nothingness. Don't let them, in time, make you think, oh, it wasn't a big deal. It was a big deal. And I'm not saying you need to remember every detail and wallow in every detail. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that you should maintain an objective look at the relationship and what the reality of it was. And don't let, in time, love bombing overwhelm the rest of it. And that's what you're left remembering is the love bombing. And then suddenly you forget the rest of it and try to give him another chance because you think he's a good guy. He's a good guy. No. I don't ever want to forget. I don't. And when you do that to someone and you betray them and lie about it and then keep up the lie and bring it out that to the nth degree like that, that's someone's character. Like, I don't associate with people of that kind of character. I need to remember exactly the signs of these kinds of folk so I don't become entangled with another one. That's very important to me as well. I need to keep fresh in my mind that you can't trust right away. And be able to recall what happened last time I did trust right away. And be able to recall how people can detect that about you, that you are someone that trusts right away, and then use that and manipulate you in a calculated fashion through love bombing so that they can ensnare you. No, no, no way. No way. And I don't mean by saying I don't want to forget it. I don't mean I sit around here and I wallow and I make flowcharts. No, my flowcharts now are about, not about the narcissist. I don't mean I'm wallowing. I just mean it's staying tight. No way time's going to pass and it's going to be some Jim Croce love song and he's going to show up at my doorstep in 20 years and we're going to suddenly be laughing as old friends. No. I want it as fresh in my mind 20 years from now what kind of character this person was. I don't want in time to be like, oh, come on in. Bygones will be by. You're funny. Come on, let's have a cup of coffee. No. No. I'm not forgetting a thing. Now, some of you are anxious to forget. And I felt that too. I did. But then something happens. Once you turn the corner into not caring land, and I think I made a video about that once, recalling the details doesn't hurt anymore. They just become details in like, it feels like a fictional story, like you're looking back into your life. Once you turn the corner and you don't care anymore, you can look at it objectively, and I can cite all the details without feeling the pain of them, but I want to remember them here. Do you follow what I'm saying? I still feel the anger. I think we all kind of will always have a little bit. I'm over, beating myself up about it. We've had a lot of talk about that. But I still get like a little angry, like, Renee, what were you thinking, girl? Like, darn, But I don't feel pain. I just look at it objectively, and recalling the details, like I said, doesn't hurt anymore. So you don't care if you forget. And just in time for me, because I realized I want to be aware of the details. If recalling the details doesn't hurt, and you don't care I don't care if I forget in my heart. In other words, it's not, you go through that phase. I don't want to forget him. I don't care if I forget. I just want to remember everything that as it happened intellectually, so I can I want to be able to teach people before they go through it. And in order to do that, I want to be able to channel how that all felt and to be motivated, to make people be motivated to stay clear of people like this. And I want to be awake and alert to stay clear of others who may be the same way. In order to do that, I got to keep a handle on it. And I'm not going to let time change my opinion about what kind of person that is. And I think that's a danger. I think that definitely happens over time. And I think that's why people get back together. Non-narcissist or health, or narcissist, doesn't matter. And we give the narcissist so many chances. And I think that's part of it. Because we start to forget. Enough time passes. They're hoovering you good enough. They start to love bomb you again in that Hoover, and boom, you're hooked again. And what? We forgot. We forgot what they just did. I did it. So you forgot. I never want to forget again. It's my stance, and I'm sticking to it. I don't know. I get wanting to erase your mind of them altogether, but I've told you my opinion on that as well. I think everything happens into our lives for a reason, and it's up to you to determine the benefits of the narcissist that it gave you. I know the benefits for me was I finally learned my lesson with this last one. I finally learned. And it's a lesson I never want to forget. I thank you so much for watching. Look at Minnie. She's been tired the whole time. Minnie, you want to look? Come here. They want to say hi to you. Look at this creature. Were you so hot all week? I didn't have t-shirts on her. I just put them on for you guys when we film in this heat, you know. I was putting shirts on her every day and pajamas every night, but I just don't think that was good for her skin. I did that for a very long time. So now we take breaks, but we wanted to have our t-shirts. Look at her, you guys. She was so hot. I feel so bad. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you hit sub, like, and share, and that we'll see you next time.